Hey guys, welcome to my healing journey. My name is Monique. Guys, I'm doing something today that's a little uncomfortable for me, but I feel like it's time. About 3 years ago, when I started my spiritual journey, I started writing a lot, and I can hear the pain in my own words. I can hear the confusion. I can hear a woman who was desperately trying to understand why her life kept repeating the same patterns. But I can also hear something else. I can hear the beginning of my healing. So I'm going to share some of those writings with you guys little by little, if that's okay. I'm not sharing them because I have everything figured out, because none of us do. I'm sharing them because I know I'm not the only person who has ever had to look back at who they were in order to understand who they're becoming. This first piece is about something I didn't understand for a very long time. Before I can heal, I had to understand where I came from. So this is where my story begins. I used to lay in bed and talk to God a lot. And I used to ask God, what am I going to do with all of this information in my head, God? And he said, Mo, I want you to write. Just keep writing and writing until I let you know what you should do next. So I did. So now I'm reading some of those writings, and baby, I was hurting. I was angry, I was confused. But underneath all of that, I was finally starting to ask myself questions I had avoided my entire life. Why did I keep accepting people who hurt me? Why did I confuse being needed with being loved? Why did I work so hard for everybody else and still felt like I wasn't enough? And why did being alone scare me so much that I would hold on to people who was destroying my peace? When I wrote these pages, I started realizing that some of my struggles didn't begin with the relationships I had as an adult. They started long before that. I grew up never really feeling safe. And because I didn't know what safety felt like, I found safety in people who weren't safe. That's a hard sentence for me to say, guys. I didn't understand it then, but healing didn't begin when everybody around me changed. Healing started when I finally became willing to look at me and not blame myself for what happened to me, but to understand why I had spent so much of my life abandoning myself just to keep other people. That was the beginning. And this is the story of how I started finding my way back to me. So guys, when I wrote all of this, reading it now, I can hear how much pain I was carrying, but I can also see something I couldn't see then. I was waking up. I was beginning to recognize the patterns. I was beginning to ask myself the hard questions. And most importantly, guys, I was finally starting to look at myself again. So if any part of what I've shared sounds familiar to you, I want you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone in unpacking your story. You're not alone. You have somebody here that's willing to listen. Leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to reply, and we can converse and figure it out together if that's what you need. Sometimes healing starts with one uncomfortable question. How did I get here? And in the next part, I'm going to go even further back, guys. Further back. I'm going to talk about the little girl in me who never really felt protected. So guys, with that, I'll see you in part 2. Peace.